in Hebrew. Anasha, Ayamiya, Ahaya, Maya, Isaiah,
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen.
Amen.
Stand up. Hands up, okay?
So the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Chadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Alakbovka, Abaa, Atazaka, Haya, Aisha, Rataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Tolanawa, Kom, the one, was a Wachbua,
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen. Shema, Yasha Allah, Most High Father, Most High is one Lord. Alright? Ha'aishara ma'tazawa, the Ten Commandments. La'ah.
La'ah.
Yahaya.
Yahaya.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Akaya.
Akaya.
Apaya.
Apaya.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Da'aisha.
Da'aisha.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Asah.
Asah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Nabidam.
Nabidam.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Lakwa'ah.
Lakwa'ah.
Sham.
Sham.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Bashawa.
Bashawa.
Zakah.
Zakah.
Ayawam.
Ayawam.
Ashabat.
Ashabat.
Lakodashwa.
Lakodashwa.
Kabad.
Kabad.
Abaka.
Abaka.
Wa amaka.
Amaka.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Daratazak.
Baratazak.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Dana'ah.
Dana'ah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Daganah.
Dana'ah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Da'inan.
Da'inan.
Shakur.
Shakur.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Akamad.
Akamad.
Kol.
Kol.
Asherah.
Asherah.
Laraika.
Laraika.
Aman.
Aman.
And Baja. Exodus 20, verse 1 through 17.
Turn around.
Book of Exodus 20, verse 1 and down. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love you and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor. And all the people saw the thunder.
That's it.
Okay.
Amen.
Amen.
The shaman be seated. The shaman be seated.
Sit down. Maybe you got some next time ball. That's your seat.
You call him back.
It's an Uncle Boss.
Excuse me, it's not water.
I got you.
Sorry.
Anybody else want some water before I put it away? Want some water? Salaki, do you ever want some water? Salaki.
How you drinking wine now?
I'm about to water it down.
Yo, when you opened it, did you pour some out for the Most High?
Yeah, bro. Definitely.
Oh shit.
Come on. Don't cry. You good. Yeah, pick this up for me, right here. Pick that up. Given. Go sing this along. Oh my body. Shemaiah, ban lawyer, ban Yasha'Allah.
Shemaiah, ban lawyer, ban Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh ban Hashem, Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua Barakatah.
Shalom.
Okay, yeah, go Shema.
Yeah, my sources.
A mother pointing out with them, then I face the east. Face towards the east. Yahweh.
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 Ba'asham.
Ba'asham.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Shema.
Shema.
Anawa.
Anawa.
Aida.
Aida.
Shalach.
Salah.
Matakala.
Matakala.
Wa'alahaya.
Wa'alahaya.
Shema'aya.
Shema'aya.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah.
Barak.
Barak.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah.
Shema'aya.
Shema'aya.
Abiyafir.
Abiyafir.
Barak.
Barak.
Abiyafir.
Abiyafir.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Abiyafir.
Abiyafir.
Ba'asham.
Ba'asham.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Tawala. Aman.
Aman.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'asham.
Ba'asham.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Shema.
Shema.
Anawa.
Anawa.
Shalach.
Salah.
Lahabim.
Lahabim.
Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Toya.
Toya.
Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Barakim.
Rabbi.
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 Barakim.
Rabbi.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Shakoya.
Shakoya.
La'akim.
La'akim.
Lahabisapaya.
Lahabisapaya.
Ba'asha'Allah.
Ba'asha'Allah.
Ba'asham.
Ba'asham.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Tawala.
Tawala.
Aman.
Aman.
Repeat the Hebrew only. Blessed are you how to give to us the Lord. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ahawah.
Ahawah.
Adonai.
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 Blessed are you how to give to us the light to see. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ahawah.
Ahawah.
Adonai.
Adonai.
Awar.
Ara'ah.
Blessed are you how to give to us the rams from the quarter people. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ahawah.
Ahawah.
Adonai.
Adonai.
Ayah. Quran.
Quran.
Makar'ah.
Ara'ah.
Ha'ayin.
Ayin.
Yeshavim be seated. So tonight is Passover. We said unleavened bread, and we'll go over the history. We're going to history of, in the Bible. All right. We're going to touch on, going from scriptures on Passover. What is Passover? Who knows what Passover is? I buy you. What's Passover?
It's a high holiday.
No, what is Passover?
Like, book. Oh, okay. It's a high holiday.
This might ask you
More
about
detail.
Passover. This might ask you what Passover is. What you going to tell us?
We celebrate it through other things, though. It depends on what the person is too.
You can't tell me?
I can tell you through the lack of not eating the bread, staying away from the yeast,
That's unleavened bread. I said, what is Passover?
or about the coming out of Egypt and stuff.
You know what Passover is? Barak.
Passover is where the Lord had passed over Egypt to free the Israelites.
Say it again?
Egypt. I said Passover is commemorating when the Lord had passed over Egypt, freeing the Israelites from the Egyptian captivity.
Somebody give me something else. What is Passover? Banzah.
See Exodus 13:2.
Now, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is.
When the Most High smited our enemies and told us to put the blood over our doorpost when he allowed the death angels to come and smite Egypt.
You gotta know that. That's the stuff you gotta know. You gotta know that. They passed over, the death angel passed over the Israelites and killed the Egyptians.
Yeah.
And that blood, that token, was to protect us.
To protect us.
That's what Passover is. Alright, so we go to Exodus 12th chapter. I'm going to try to breeze through it. I want to try to go into as many scriptures as I can. Alright, so we're going to go to Exodus 12 verse 1. Exodus 12 and 1. Alright. Exodus 12 and 1. I'm going to read the first 7 verses. We're going to read the English, right? Alright. We Amaya Hawa Masha Aharan Barataza Mataza Yam La Arma Hakadash Azalakam Ra'ash Kadash Yam Ra'ashwan Hawa Alakam Lakadashya Hashana the Bawa Ako Aida Yasha'ala La Amar Shah wa Kadash Azah wa Yakwak wa Laha Yash Shah Labayah Abah Shah Labayah wa Yama Ait Habayah Habayah Masha wa Lakwak Hawa Washa Kanwa Hakwa Raba Aya Bayakwa Bamaka Sa Napasha Ayash Lapya Akawa Da Kazwa Ayo Hasha Shah Damayam Zakaban Shana Yahya Lakam Man Bashyam Waman Ha'ayam the Fakwa Wahaya Lakam Lama Shama Ra'ay Haraba'ay Ashara Yawan Lakadash Azab Washa Kakwa Akwa Ko Kwaha Adash Yasha'ala Bayam Ha'ai Rabyam Walakwakwa Man Hadam Wana Danwa Aya Shafya Hamazawa Zaf Wa Ayo Hama Shahwan Ayo Habakyam Ashara Ya'akowa Akwa Baham.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
Right, so now we know we in the new year. The new year is what, 2 weeks ago. So read that again. Read that second verse again.
This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Right, so the month of Bib, or the first month, like we're in, so-called April or March, this is the beginning of months for us. This is the new year, not January 1st, not December 31st. We're in the new year. All right? When the spring comes. All right?
When everything begins to blossom.
Right. It should be the first month of the year to you. So to us, this is our new year. The white man, some of the white man, he had his New Year, which is January. But we know according to the Bible, that's incorrect. All right, springtime is the first season of the year.
Everything is new.
All right, everything starts all over again. All right, everything is dead, they come back to life. All right, read on.
Speak ye, Salaki, verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take up the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it.
Right, so we're supposed to put the blood on the side post and above. All right, so when the death angels see the blood, they know to pass over us and not kill us. And there were some Israelites who didn't do it. And they got put to death.
Yeah, they got.
All right? Yeah. But and so that's also them with faith. All right? Do you believe in the Most High? They believe. They did it. They believe in the Most High, right? That's what they did. What verse is that?
Verse 7.
Verse 7. All right. So we'll go back to the Hebrew. We'll read it in Hebrew. And then 7 verses, then back to the English. All right? 8 verse. وَأَقَوَّا أَحْهَبَ شَابَ لَيْلَهَزَا تَزَايَا أَحْهَمَا تَزَاوَا أَيَا مَرَايَا يَأَكَلَوَا أَيَا دَأَكَوَا مَمَنْوَا نَوَبَا شَا مَبَا شَا مَبَمَيَمْ Bamanyam Kayam Tazaya Ashyawa Aya Karayawa Aya Koraba wa Laa Dawada Yawa Mamanwa Ay Bakwa Wahana Da Mamanwa Ay Bakwa Ba Ash Dasha Rakwa Wakaka Da'akawa Akwa Madayakam Ka Gayam Naayakam Bara Gayakam Wama Kwakam Bayakam Wea Kodam Akwa Baka Pazwan Pasak Hawa ala ya hawa wa ai badaya ba'aratza matza yam balaya lahaza wa haka yapya ka baka wa ba'aratza matzaya ma'dam wa aida bama wa baka alahaya matzaya wa aisha shabya Ashra Adam Sham Waraya Daya Adam wa Pasakhtaya Ayokam Walaya Yahaya Bakam Nagap Lama Sakya Baha Kapya Baratza Matzaya Wahaya Hayawam Hazalakam Lazakawan Wakagadam Akwa Kagala Yahawa Ladara Yakam Kakwaf Aywalam Dakagawa. Okay, that's it.
Verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Right, so that's the main menu, the main meal. Lamb, roast with fire, unleavened bread, and bitter herbs. So we got the bitter herbs, all right, we got the lamb, we got the unleavened bread. Right, what's unleavened bread?
Bread without yeast.
Oh.
Flat bread.
Hmm?
Flat bread.
What's flat bread?
Bread with no leavening.
No, you got some pita bread, they got leaven. So what's unleavened bread?
Bread without yeast.
Bread without yeast. So you can't have yeast in the bread. Yeast causes the bread to rise. Understand?
Okay.
So no yeast in the bread. And why is that? When you had the yeast, it takes time for the bread to bake. We was leaving in haste. So when you had time to for the yeast.
Okay.
Alright? It's also the bread of affliction. So you have to get out and go. Alright? Anybody got that?
Go ahead.
Alright? What verse you in?
Verse 9.
Verse 9, read it.
Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head, his legs, and with the pertinence thereof.
Right, so the whole body, you can't soak it in water, you can't boil it in water, and you know how you do it, you boil it, you do this, you do that. You gotta be roast with fire.
All the parts.
Read on.
And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
Right, so no leftovers, no doggy bags. Whatever you don't finish, you gotta throw away.
Yeah.
Or like you said, burn with fire. Alright? Read on.
And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover.
Right, it's the Most High Passover. So you gotta have your girdle on, your garment, you know, your boots, you know, be strapped, have your bow staff, you know. That's a weapon, you gotta use that.
Yeah.
That was our main weapon.
We had fights on the Sabbath.
Alright? Do anybody know how to use a bow staff? Besides Barah?
Both staff.
I know how to use it.
I'm a warrior. I know how to hit you with a spear.
I'm not even saying.
So we got two martial arts instructors. Hold on. Everybody listen. We got two martial arts instructors who knows how to use these weapons. Good. Learn from them. You got brothers walking around with staffs, they don't know how to use it. They just think, I'm just going to swing it, and that's it.
I got a question though.
Yeah.
If I buy a shotgun and I name it staff, does that work?
But I like that's their main weapon is the bow staff.
Yeah.
You see, in the martial arts movement, that's the most, that weapon is used the most. Outside of the sword. Right? Some prefer the bow staff over the sword.
No, it's a nice weapon. It's a nice
You
weapon.
know? So read on.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh.
Right, so the Most High said, I'm going to destroy the Egyptians. Can you imagine everybody getting killed and you don't see where it's coming from? You ever watch these war movies? You know, Esau when he's shooting with the snipers and they looking around, they don't know where they're getting hit from. But I mean, they shoot from a distance. But the Most High is killing you. And you just don't see where it's coming from. So that freaked them out.
Snatching the spirit.
That freaked them out. You know, they were scared. And that's a whole multitude. That's hundreds of thousands of people. Everybody's a firstborn. You're a firstborn son, right? Right? You're a firstborn son?
Yeah.
All right? Your son's a firstborn son, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2 generations right there. Cut off. Boom. Firstborn. That's almost annihilation. So if his father's alive, and him, and his son, all three of them is going. That cuts off their whole entire line. That's if you have a younger brother or something like that, or he has a brother. That cuts the whole line off. The Most High really hit them. Watch that movie, The 10 Commandments, to get a feel what the scriptures are saying. Right? It's a good movie.
And when it says, and against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. If you look at the 10 plagues of Egypt, it had really, the Most High had really went against the gods of Egypt. Like he had smoked the water, like the water was one of the gods of Egypt, not was his name, because they didn't care for him. But everything that he did with the plagues that actually attacked the gods of Egypt, showing that there's a difference between the Egyptian gods and the one true God.
But Egypt didn't really have no gods. It was all idols.
Well, the gods, talking about the princes and the people of power.
Yeah, it was men that kept record over a certain, like a government. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It was a government. That was their branches. They had position over this, you know what I mean, specific thing. And then now, the gap in time is so mass to certain people, but it's really simple. It's like people had land, they had a government. That was
You
how
talking
they
about
ran
pretty
it.
much like governors, politicians.
Yeah, but it's in a different name now because it's like it's such a large gap in time. How can you?
So read
You
that.
just gotta have wisdom and knowledge of how things work under that heaven.
I agree, brother.
Verse 13, and the blood shall be to you for a token among the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt.
So it says, and the blood should be unto you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. That's Passover. See, understand, when you see these words, excuse me, these names from the Most High, they very simple. I mean, it's popular now, you know, Passover, but it's just I'm going to pass over you, that's all. Passover. He is. This is real simple names. The Most High is very simple. You don't got names like Master of Disaster and stuff like that. Nothing crazy like that.
Yeah, that's why when people talk
I'm
about
gonna kill the Egyptian and with a mighty span or sword. No, listen, I'm just gonna pass over you.
He said he was a terrible king in the Psalms.
But the point is that these names is very simple.
yeah, like you said, it's simple. Like people say that's the way you interpret it, but when you put it in front of them and tell them to read it, it's like they still don't get it. How could you interpret it any other way? It's plain and simple. But like you said, lack of knowledge.
Yeah, Michelle said that it wasn't new for him.
Read on.
Verse 14, and this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast of Yahweh throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
Right, so this is something we're supposed to do forever. This is our identity. That's why a lot of these Facebook Israelites, they don't know, they lost or they argue and debate people and slam people because they don't know what to do. They don't understand their nationality. This is a memorial. This is something you're supposed to keep every year. Not just that, all the high holy days that's mentioned in the Leviticus 23rd chapter. All of them. This is your identity. All right, you gotta shake off being an African American. You gotta shake off being a Negro, a colored,
A Negro like
a
that.
Spic, a Mexican, a Puerto Rican. You gotta shake that stuff off. As long as you still got that spirit in you, you can't connect with the Most High. You gotta be called by His name, which is Israel. All right. So we have 14.
Yeah, that was 14. I was done.
All right. So let's go to 15 now. 15. Shabbat Yawamyam Matazawah Kawa Bayawam Para Ashwan Ashaba Yahwa Shabbat Mabah Yakam Kayako Ako Kama Tazawana Koda Hana Pash Hawa Mayasha Allah Mayawam Hara Shan I Yawam Ashabaya Wabayawam Hara Ash One Makwara Kwadash Wabayawam Hashaba Yaya Makwara Kwadash Yahaya Lakam Ko mala'ako ya Aisha baha ak ashara ya ako nafash hawa labatwa ya Aisha lakum wa shamata hama tazawak khaya ba'ai tazam hayawan azza hawa tazadaya tazabawak yakam ba'arataza matazaya wa shamata hayawan azza lada raf yakam kwaf aywalam bara'ashan ba'araba'ai aishara yawan lakadash ba'irab da'akawa matazaf ai yawan kwak kada wa'aishayam lakadash ba'irab shaba'ai yawamya sha'aya la'aya murtaza babba yakam kaya ko ako makama taza wana kada ana pash hawa ma'aida yasha'ala ba gal waba az rock ha'arataza ko makama taza la'a da'akowa ba ko mawashaba yakam da'akowa matazawa wiyakwara masha lako zakwanya yasha'ala wiyama ma shakwa wa kwakwa lakam taza an lama shapa ka yakam wa shakwa apa sak. Verse 15.
Verse 15. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you.
Right, so tonight is a holy convocation, tonight's the Sabbath, and then 7 days is the Sabbath. So next week, Thursday night, we'll close out the Sabbath. So you still eat unleavened bread on a Friday. The Thursday night is what? Friday. It's like what? Being Saturday night.
Being Saturday night.
Saturday. So Thursday night, we're gonna have a holy convocation. All right. So we're gonna meet up in Harlem, right? All right. And we'll eat the bitter herbs, the lamb, the unleavened bread, and the wine. All right. We don't.
And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this self-same day I have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
Right, so you should do this forever. This ordinance. We're going to do this forever. This is what makes us a nation. How do you think the white man do what he do? He got Memorial Day, he got the 4th of July, 4th of July. All right, he got Labor Day, he got
May the 4th.
Thanksgiving, he got Easter. All pagan holidays, but that's to keep the country together. He makes a lot of money. People are celebrating. People are happy. All right? It's forced days, but he knows by studying us, we need those days. He learned that from us. He said we got to make up some days for our people.
Yo, if you really think about it, even the months is fake.
Yeah.
names of the months, all of it is there. All you gotta do is look up, put 2 and 2 together, and you can put time. You can name it anything.
So read on what you got. 18.
Come. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 120th day of the month at evening.
That's right. So for 7, anybody listening? So for 7 straight days, you got to eat unleavened bread. All right? So you can't miss a day. So from this point on, from Saturday to Friday, you got to eat unleavened bread. All right? Get you some matzah. I prefer you bake some unleavened bread like I did and eat that every day. And you can't eat any leavened bread. No cakes, donuts, cookies, things like that.
Can't be in your house neither.
Right.
All you
Why you can't bring it in your house? Why you got to get rid of it?
all the yeast products?
Yeah.
Well, it's a form of applying yeast to yourself, as far as getting out the leaven out of yourself.
Right. But why would you want to keep get rid of all the yeast that's in your house?
So that you'll make a mistake and eat it.
Right. So you make a mistake, that means it's that.
Yeah.
You cut off. So you don't want to make that mistake.
And it's serious too. Yeah.
Alright, so continue.
Come. 7 days shall select it. Verse 19. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened, in all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called forth all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover.
Alright, kill the Passover, right? Well, the death angel is killing the Egyptian, you killing the lamb, on his day. Understand?
Salaki. So when they say leaven, is it just yeast or is it all leaven and agents?
All leaven and physically, spiritually, get rid of that yeast out your system.
That's your system, yeah. That's so.
Understand?
You be like baking soda too. Baking soda is an agent as well.
That's 20, right? 22. Well, Quaptam, Agadaf, Azawaba, Watabadam, Badam, Ashara, Basap, Wahagaitam, Aya, Hama, Sakman, Wa'aya, Shafya, Hamazawa, Zafman, Hadam, Asharaba, Sap, Wa'adam, La'a, the Tazawa, Wa'ash, Mapadak, Bayahwa, Aid, Bakwa, Wa'ai, Bayahawa, Lana, Gap, Matazaya, Wara'af, Hadam, Ayo, Hama, Shachwa, Wa'ayo, Shafya, Hama, Zawazaf, Wapasach, Yahawa, Ayo, Hapa, Dak, Wala'a, Yadan, Hama, Shachya, Laba'a, Ayo, Bak, Yadam, Lana, Gap, Washa, Mawda, Hadaba, Azala, Kwach, Laka, Wala Banyaka, Aywalam, Bahaya, Kaya, Daba, Awa, Ayo, Ha'arataza, Ashara, Yadan, Yahawa, Lakam, Ka'a, Shara, Daba, Washa, Mawda, Ha'aibada, Aza, Wahaya, Kaya, Ya'awawa, Ayakam, Banyakam, Ma, Ha'aibada, Haza'af, Lakam, Ma'amada, Zabak, Pasak, Ha, Wa'a, Layahawa, Ashara, Pasak, aya babya banya yasha'ala ba ma tazaya bada gakwa ma tazayam wa babya nawa ha tazaya wa ya kwada ha ain wa ya shakawa ويا لحظة ويا أشوى بنيا يا شاء كأشرا تزاوى يا هوى ما شاء وأها وان كان أشوى ويا حياة.
Verse 22, and ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, Yahweh will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you.
Right, so don't go near the door. The Most High is not going to kill you. And then he's going to pass over your house. Once they see the blood, he's going to pass over you and kill the Egyptian. And you're going to see similar plagues like that here in America. Alright, so get ready for it. Let's come together, let's be on point, alright?
Yeah, it's coming.
You know.
And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever.
And the Bible keeps saying that. You shall absorb this as an ordinance forever, forever. That's like 3 times already. Three times already, right? 3 times, you know.
And it shall come to pass, and when ye be come to the land which Yahweh will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep the service.
Right, so when we get the land of Israel, we should keep the service. Understand? We're supposed to always do this. Not supposed to stop. We should keep this service. Understand? This high holy day is one of the most important holy days in our calendar.
Yeah. Deuteronomy 16, verse 16.
Right, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Alright? So this service, this high holy day is very important. Read on.
And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, it is a sacrifice of Yahweh's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head in worship.
Right, so this is why church should be asking you. They should be asking about Santa Claus or Christmas or Easter Bunny. Because they're going to ask questions. Remember when you celebrate those holidays with your little boy? And you ask questions? But now that we got our children, they're going to ask about this. They want to know about their heritage. They want to know about who they are. Not Africanism. We're not Africans. Get that crap out of here.
We're not no Muslims.
Right. Alright? We don't.
And the children of Israel went away and did as Yahweh had commanded Moses and Aaron. So did they.
And so did they, right? So, verse 29. Wahaya baka tazaya layala wayahawa hakaka bakawu barataza matazayam mabaka parai hai shaba ayam kasawa ay bakawu ha shabya ashara babaya haba woko bakawu bama wekwom parai layala hawa wako ay batyawa wako matazayam wadahaya taza ay kwa gada la bama tazayam kaya ayan maya ashara ayan shama wayakwara lamasha wa Anya Gum, Adam Gum, Banyam, Yasha Allah, Walakwa, Ibakwa, Af, Yahweh, Kada, Bakam, Gum, Tala, One Kum, Gum, Bakwa, Kum, Kwakwa, Kaashara, the Badam, Walakwa, Wabarachtam, Gum, Afya, Wadaka, Zak, Matazaya, Aya, Ha'ain, Lamaha, Lasala, Kam, Man, Ashara, Kaya, Amawa, Konawa, Mafyam, Wayasha, Ha'ain, Afba, Tazakwa, Taram, Yakama, Tazah, Masha, Radam, Tazara, Tazara, Raf, Basha, Mata, Aya, Shakamam, Wa Banyam, Yasha Allah, Aishwa, Kadaba, Mashawaya, Sha'ayawa, Mama Tazaya, Koya, Kasa, Wakoya, Zahaba, Wasama, La. Alright. 29 verse.
Verse 29. And it came to pass that at midnight Yahweh smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captives that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve Yahweh as ye have said.
Right, so now the Pharaoh, he was scared, like, yo, how you killing all my men? These guys are warriors. They killers, they dangerous. Alright? Real superpower, nobody beat us. And he's knocking my people off. That was the last straw. Pharaoh had it like, now you know what? Alright, you know what? Take your people and go. Because now he realized this is something I can't fight. I can't fight this. And the most I would do that for us if we get ourselves right. Alright? If we get ourselves right. If we don't get ourselves right, we're going to be in the same condition, the same predicament. We holding ourselves back. Nobody's holding us back. We doing it to ourselves. Alright? We holding ourselves back.
Yeah, disobedient children.
You know, Zephaniah 2 said what? We gather together. Alright? That's what we got to do. We got to come together in righteousness, though. In respect, and love, and order. Alright? Not in respect of persons, not in favoritism, none of that stuff. Alright? You got to practice righteousness. God? And if you don't do it, you know the Most High gonna find a way. They're gonna replace you. They're gonna destroy you. All right. Continue reading.
Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be going, and bless me also.
Right. He said, and take your flocks and your herds. He said, take it. When the white man, when the so-called white man, the devil freed us, and we not Africans, he didn't give us nothing. In the words of Martin Luther King said, it was freedom and it was freedom to starve. That's what Martin Luther King said. They didn't give us nothing to work with.
I was watching recently audio accounts of slaves in the 1930s. They were talking about how slavery in America after that ended was actually worse for them than when they was on the plantation.
Right.
Because they had nothing.
So, let's read on.
And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, we be all dead men.
Right, it's like, yo, get rid of this. They fear the Most High now. It's like, get rid of him, get rid of these people, or we all dead men. They don't know what to do. Alright? That's why I say, watch the Ten Commandments. I mean, they got Edomite actors, but this is worth watching. That's the only Edomite movie I can watch. They got white actors, you know. I never saw the other films. I couldn't do it. I saw the one with King David and Bathsheba, but that was, they kind of watered that down, even the story. Alright? So read on.
And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading throws being bowed up, and their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment.
Anyway, they took all their stuff. They didn't leave. We built Egypt, right? So we're not leaving out of there empty-handed. Nah, we taking this stuff with us. And that's where the white man's the devil. We're not free. We don't got nothing. But like Martin Luther King said, it's to pick us ourselves up, you know, by a bootstrap. But that's saying a lot to a man that's bootless. That's what he said. That's bootless. That's why he got assassinated. He started waking up. But the government gave the white European peasants land in the Midwest to cultivate. Alright? Funded them. Helped them get started. Here in America, they didn't give us nothing. No 40 acres in a mule, no nothing. They call us bums, lazy, uneducated.
They gave us Jim Crow.
Yeah, Jim Crow.
Oh, wait a minute.
They gave us affirmative action.
They gave us 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah, but then they took it back.
Nah. Every prison is built on 40 acres, and the mule is the bus going and coming back.
I ain't gonna front, yo. We ain't never going to They gave us Black Wall Street.
That's
That
the
was the
mule.
worst atrocity of American history.
That's a real.
One of them.
Verse
They gave us
36.
that.
And
So
Yahweh,
let me read 36. And then that's what we get right there. I'm gonna read the English. ويهوى ندان kan ha'ain ba'ai yanya matazaya wayashaqayawam wayana tazawa matazaya wayashwa banyam yasha'ala mara masa saka dakasha ma'awaf Allah Ragaya Hagaboya Labat Mata Wa Gum I Rab I La Adam Wa Tazawan Wa Bakwa Makwana Kabat Ma'at Wa Akwa Af Haba Tazak Ashra Tazaya wa Mama Tazaya I Ga Matazawa Kayala Mataza Kayaga Rashwa Mama Tazaya Wala Ya Kawa Lahada Mama Wagam Tazadak La Aishwa Laham Wama Washaba Banya Yashala Ashara Ishapa Bama Tazayama Shalashyan Shayan Wa Arabai Ma'a Shana Wahaya Mapataza Shalashyam Shana Wa'arabai Ma'awaf Shana Wahaya Shazama Hayawam Hazaya Tazawa Ko Tazaba Wa Ya Yahweh Maharataza Matazayam Laya Shamaya Laya Hawa Watazaya Maharataza Matazaya Hawa Laya Laza Laya Hawa Shamaya Lako Banya Yasha'ala Lada Brahma.
Verse 36. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, at about 600,000 on foot, that were men beside children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle.
Yeah, so we had something to work with. So if we're going to the land of Israel, the land flowing milk and honey, we gotta have something, right? We gotta have something. You know? We gotta have land flowing, we gotta work with something. The so-called white man didn't give us nothing. They didn't give us farmland, nothing to work with. And then what little we did have, they had a KKK come in and push us out of it. Hang us, terrorize us, and we fled up north. And they just took back that land. No reparation. But they protect the so-called Jews, the fake Jews, and protect them and give them reparation, but they don't get nothing to the blacks, the Latino people, the 12 tribes of Israel. Alright? So read on.
And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough, which they brought forth out of Egypt. For it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual.
Right, so they didn't have time to make any real bread. They had to bake the bread and get out of there. They couldn't wait. Read on.
Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years.
You know.
And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, that all the host of Yahweh went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto Yahweh for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of Yahweh to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron,
said, this is a night of the Most High to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. So we're supposed to observe this. Once again, you hear it again in the same chapter. The Most High is stressing this. This is something we got to take pride in. Alright? We got to take pride in this. Alright? This is the army right here. These are the soldiers. We got to come together. Read on.
And Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
Yeah, we don't know heathens up in here. Read on.
But every man's servant that is brought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof.
Right, you're not dude be eating food and it might come out the house and talk and chat. Run up there, no, you take it seriously. You stay here and eat. Don't go out there. You know.
All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to Yahweh, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you.
Right, so we had strangers that sojourn with us that, believe, but they're going to eat the Passover, they had to be circumcised. It was our custom. But we don't bring no heathens here now. That's not allowed now. We don't.
Thus did all the children of Israel, as Yahweh commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that Yahweh did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies.
Yeah, by their armies, all right? So let's go to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, and the first verse. Let's read that. Leviticus 23, and let's start at 1. Everybody up? Everybody with us?
Your tongue's out.
So read Leviticus 23 and 1.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
Right, so this is a holy convocation. We all got to come together in one accord.
Yeah.
All right? Read on.
Even these are my feasts.
So these are the feasts of the Most High. Read on.
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day, is the Sabbath of rest.
Right, so the seventh day, which is Friday, sundown, and Saturday, sundown, is the Sabbath of rest. All right? Some brother call this a feast day because they said the feast days, and they just touched on the Sabbath day, because the Sabbath is every week. They said that's a feast day. So you're supposed to eat on the Sabbath. No, that's not true. So he's trying to contradict Christ fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. Christ broke the law. On the Sabbath, he's supposed to have a feast. No, that's not true. That's not true. Some brothers try to contradict the Bible. Understand? That's foolish. All right? This chapter is going into the feast days. The Sabbath is not one of them. All right? That's why it touched on the Sabbath first. And then it went to the first, and then it went to the feast days. What's the first feast days in that calendar?
Passover.
Passover. All right, and you'll read that. It's not the Sabbath. That's not a feast day. The Sabbath is written throughout the Bible. Never mentioned as a feast day. But the brother who was with that other kid tried to contradict the Bible. And then most likely going to visit him for that. All right? So read on.
A holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Yahweh in all your dwellings.
Read on.
These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations.
Right, so now in the fourth verse, it said these are the feasts of the Most High. So it's not talking about the Sabbath day. That's in the third verse. Now we're getting into the feast day. Read on.
Which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at evening is Yahweh's Passover.
Right, so we the Passover. You know what that is. Read on.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread.
All right. So 7 days we got to eat unleavened bread, all right? 7 days. Turn your outlet, check the camera, see if it's still recording.
Yes, sir.
Let me send it to you. All right. Read on.
In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh 7 days. And the 7th day is a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. And Yahweh spake unto Moses,
Right, that's it. So
like,
the first day and the 7th day is a holy convocation, all right? You should do no servile work that in. If I took that day off, you should do no servile work that in. It's a holy convocation. We got to come together. The brother came out here from Ohio, you embrace that brother. Man came all the way out here.
Yeah, he came from the old.
Got the tickets at the last minute and came out here. Meet your brother from the first time. I mean, we met each other several times. Your brother went to travel. So, I see the brother embrace his brother. Let me see what New York is. Let me see how well he teach in New York. How you deal with the people and the scoffers,
I'm just here to read, man.
Alright? You gotta teach, brother. You teach it tomorrow.
This is a whole different level than I'm used to.
Where you at now? You read the 8th verse, right? Alright. Let's go to Deuteronomy 16th chapter, the first verse. Deuteronomy 16 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 1. Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto Yahweh thy power. For in the month of Abib, Yahweh thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
Right, so this is the month of Abib. So now we know this is the month of Abib. The month of Abib because the scripture says so. Which is the beginning of the year. So we know that. So all you got to do is follow the scriptures and read the times. Alright, and the seasons. Read on.
Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto Yahweh thy power of the flock and the herd in the place which Yahweh shall choose to place his name there. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction. But thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt in haste, that thou mayest remember the day when thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt all the days of thy life.
Right, so the Most High, that we're going to do all this so you can remember when you came out the land of Egypt as a slave. There's no memorial for us in America. We remember the lynching and the killing of our people. The white man don't push that because he's our enemy. Or should I say Esau?
That's right.
Alright? He's our enemy. But he talks about Independence Day from the British. He talks about the Holocaust. He talks about all the crimes that happened to white people. But he don't have nothing for so-called Negro, except for that Black History Month, which is a joke. Alright? So we need to remember this and also remember this slavery as well.
Yeah,
And they still killing us in the streets.
Yo, it's like a fast life. People don't even know what they get themselves into. It's money, money, money. That's pretty much what it be. Well, on the side where they don't have the knowledge. And they grace it.
Continue reading.
I'm like, dang, I should have maybe took my time, you know what I mean? Or I came unprepared.
Verse 4. And there shall be no leavened bread, 7 Salaki. And there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coasts 7 days. Neither shall there anything of the flesh which thou sacrifice the first day at evening remain all night until the morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates, which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, but at the place which Yahweh thy power shall choose to place his name in. There thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at evening.
Right, so now there's a brother who's supposed to join us, but he reneged at the last minute. He copped out. He copped a plea talking about we gotta kill a whole lamb, gotta be a year old. Yes, a year old, a male, of course. But he said, if you give him a supermarket and it's this and that, we don't know what's what. We gotta keep it right. But the point is, he's trying to get out of not coming here. That's fine. But if it's bothering you and you have a guilty conscience, then you should do it correctly. Sacrifice it in Jerusalem. Don't be a hypocrite. Go to Jerusalem and do that.
Yeah, technically.
Since you have so much of a conscience. Alright? Don't be partial. Don't be biased. If you want to get the whole land and kill it after 1 year, you're supposed to. But do it in Jerusalem, like the scripture says. Read that again.
And there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coasts 7 days, neither shall there anything of the flesh which thou sacrifice the first day at evening remain all night until the morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates, which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, but at the place which Yahweh thy power shall choose to place his name in. There thou shalt sacrifice.
And what place is that? What place is that?
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. We're not in Jerusalem. So we rehearsing the righteous acts.
Righteous acts, right.
You know, don't be biased or prejudiced, you know. Read on.
At evening, at the going down of the sun, at the season that thou camest forth out of Egypt. Thou shalt roast and eat it in the place which Yahweh thy power shall choose, and thou shalt turn in the morning and go unto thy tents. 6 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread and on the seventh day shall be a solemn assembly to Yahweh thy power. Thou shalt do no work therein.
Right. Drop down to the 16th verse.
Verse 16. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before Yahweh thy power, in the place which he shall choose.
Right, which is Jerusalem. So 3 times in a year, you know.
In the feast of unleavened bread.
Right, reading the feast of unleavened bread. All right, read on.
In the feast of weeks.
What's the feast of weeks? What are the feast of weeks?
Pentecost.
Right. So that's like around June. So we got to do it again.
In like 7 weeks, like 50 days, right?
Yeah, 50 days. Read on.
And in the Feast of Tabernacles.
Right, the Feast of Tabernacles. I went to Ohio with the brother on his land, and we built tents and we just roasting steak and stuff like that. We had a good time. And brothers that come out there. You brother, yeah, you.
No, I was in Pennsylvania.
You can see the sister later. She not going nowhere, brother. Yeah. Right. I'm pretty sure you got pictures of bringing and come to the Midwest.
He said he attached, huh?
All right, okay, Danny?
Yeah, I'm coming up there.
He said you can't leave him alone, huh?
Yeah.
He said he jealousy.
Read on. So the Feast of Tabernacle, we got to come together, Feast of Tabernacle. And there's a few of us, but if all of us come, and then by the time a little bit more brothers, that's going to be like, in Dan's voice, it's going to be lit, huh? It's going to be lit. We set up all those tents. And the way you got it designed, when you hooked it up, you can go down back there, form a path, and then do another hole, and put 3 more tents there. That's gonna be dope. I got this set up, brother. They gotta participate. You too. I'm getting on there with you too. Just, give your kiss or whatever, and tell it you got it.
I did a couple of
right,
times.
sister? Yeah. Man, I don't want to go nowhere. It's another one. Alright? So, read on.
Every man shall give as he is able, according to the
Now,
blessing.
go back. It says, the Feast of Tabernacle.
It's lucky. And they shall not appear before Yahweh empty.
Right. And don't appear before the Most High empty. So, these high holy days, Passover, Feast of Tabernacle, Feast of Weeks, don't come empty. So, we got to pay for this, we got to fund this, I put like $4 into these shirts, man. So, just to give it, they look nice.
The water.
So we got to put money into it, and we got to build this nation. I'm sorry I had nothing for the sisters, but I needed to hook the brothers up, the camp up first. Y'all sisters are next, all right? I got y'all sisters, okay? Let's go into the Last Supper, the Lord's Passover. What do I want? I want Matthew. I want St. Matthew 26 and 17. Matthew 26. 26 and 17. So St. Matthew 26, 17.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 17. Now the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the disciples came to Yahushua, saying unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, Go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, The Master saith, My time is at hand, I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples.
Right, so Yahushua, he kept the Passover. So what were these Christians, these so-called Christ lovers, how do they keep Passover? Christ kept it. He kept the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right? Read on.
And the disciples did as Yahushua had appointed them, and they made ready the Passover. Now when the evening was come, he sat down with the 12. And as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me.
All right, drop down to 26.
Verse 26. And as they were eating, Yahweh took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples.
So, call Ari up. Can you get the unleavened bread? All right. It's in the oven. So 26 verse says, and they were eating, and as they was eating, and as they were eating, Jesus took bread. Yahweh took bread, he blessed it, and broke it. So, yeah, everybody a piece, that's what I had.
You and your sisters keep. I like that.
Not too little piece.
You said a little piece of it.
Yeah, that, everybody should. Everybody. Little piece. Everybody get a piece. And make that much. That's all we got.
Anybody got flour? Make some on the stove.
And pass the cups around.
You want some drink? You good?
All I do is
You want the small cup or you want the... For real though, man. Hey.
water.
All right. No.
Got it?
Illustration.
Good.
You sure? All right.
Coming around, y'all. Good. You want some? I got you.
You got
All right.
sit right there. Sit right So 26th verse. And as they was eating, Yahweh took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, Shema, Shema, Shema. Alright? Take, eat. This is my body. So take this unleavened bread. Eat. This is the body of Christ. Alright? A little bit hot. Continue reading, Maya.
Okay, I hear you. Verse 27. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it.
Alright, so take the read it from the top again.
And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins.
So everybody drink. Alright?
Oh, Salaki.
say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine, until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. So when Christ makes his second coming, he's going to drink this wine with us. Con?
That's right.
And when they had sung in him, they went out into the Mount of Olives. All right? All right, let's go into St. Matthew 26 and 1. St. Matthew 26 and 1. Read that.
Matthew 26, verse 1. And it came to pass, when Yahweh Shah had finished all these sayings, he said unto his disciples, ye know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas, and consulted that they might take Yahweh Shah by subtlety and kill him. But they said, not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar among the people. Now when Yahweh Shah was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head, and he sat at meat.
Right, so this sister poured oil on Christ's head, give him precious oil, because she knew he was going to be crucified. All right, she acknowledged that. So read on.
But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much, and given to the poor. When Yahweh Shah understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman, for she hath wrought a good work upon me? For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always.
Right, you have the poor with you always. We can always take care of the poor every day, but we don't have Yahweh Shah. What she did was very commendable and honorable. All right.
That's right.
For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial.
Burial, right? She did it for the burial. So that's why she did it. So they didn't know that. They wasn't thinking spiritual. All right. So first I had to explain that to them. All right. Read on.
Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her.
Right, so we got to acknowledge this sister, this Israelite sister. For what she done for Yahweh, our Savior.
Come.
Yeah, how the camera look?
Looks good.
Looks good.
Still recording.
Still charged up?
You still charged up. You good. Full charge.
So, let's go to 1 Corinthians 11:18. 1 Corinthians 11:18.
Come. You said 18 or 13?
11, 15.
18 or 15?
11:18.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 18. For first of all, when ye come together in the church, I hear that there be divisions among you, and I partly believe it.
Right, so there's division amongst the Israelites. There's division amongst us. Some brothers got their own agendas. Some brothers are not sincere. Some brothers don't care about you. They don't care about you. You know? Some brothers want what they want. They in it for what they want personally.
Yeah.
But the Most High is gonna shift that out. All right. But they know, these brothers know who they are. Read on.
For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper.
Right, this is not to pig out and get greedy. Like the scripture said earlier, this is a memorial. Understand? Read on.
For in eating, everyone taketh before other his own supper, and one is hungry, and another is drunken. What? Have ye not houses to eat and to drink in?
Right, so hopefully you got ate early, so you're not going to be pigging out and, you're not gonna, that's not for that. I mean, you're going to eat, but you're not here to pig out and get drunk. It's like the clubs. All right? Do that stuff out there. Don't do that here. You know?
Or despise ye the church of God, and shame them that have not? What shall I say to you? Shall I praise you in this? I praise you not.
Yeah, I praise you not. You know?
For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Yahweh Shah, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he brake it, and said, Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. After the same manner also he took the cup, when he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye, as oft as ye drink it, in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread, and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord.
Right, you're a murderer. You killed our Savior. So you drink this and eat this unworthily, the Most High is going to get you. You're going to be judged for it. And these individuals know who they are. Don't let it be you. Understand that? Don't be coming here drinking. You're not here for that. This is the Lord's Passover. Show some respect. All right? That's what you got to know.
Show some respect for the Lord.
You know? Know your nationality and respect what you're doing. Respect this. Respect this order. All right? Read on.
But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup.
Yeah, eat that bread, drink of that cup, but examine yourself. Make sure you're doing the right thing. And we brought these scriptures. We got to come together. We got to love each other. This man is out here. We got to go out there to Ohio and see him. All of us in here. Not just one or two persons. All of us. You don't know what this brother's going through. What's happening? Where's the love? Where's the brotherhood? You don't know what this brother's going through or that brother. Come on. Don't eat the Lord's Passover. Don't break this bread and drink this blood and think it's all good. This is not the church. This is not Christianity.
That's right.
So if you're not going to do the right thing, or some individual say, I'm going to keep the Passover at home by myself. Who does that?
Madness.
All these brothers here, you can't build with a brother, you can't teach a sister, you can't show forth your talents to these young people. So don't eat this unworthily, all right? Some of these brothers and sisters are going to be judged. All right? So let that be an example for you. Don't you get caught up in the mix. All right? Do this the right way. Let's bond and be brothers and sisters. Let's love each other the right way, righteously.
That's right.
All right? That's the way to do it. That's the only way to do it. All right? What verse you in?
29.
Finish 29.
For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily, eateth and drinketh damnation to himself.
Right. You eat a damnation to yourself. So all the fancy garments and looking good and talking big and sounding real good, the gift of prophecy and all that kind of stuff, and Corinthians the 13th chapter, you know you're doing this unworthily. You're gonna be damned. You're gonna be cursed. You're put to death. So you're only fooling yourself, like my father said. The only person you can lie to is yourself. You can't lie to nobody else. You can only lie to yourself. I can tell you whatever I want to tell you, but the only person I'm lying to is me. So don't do that. Right? You can put on a show for a whole bunch of people, but the Most High knows what the deal is.
And that's also what's wrong with the Christian church today. They low-key kind of peer pressure you into taking it and not tell you the whole meaning behind why they actually do it. They don't care about you getting your soul right.
Come.
That camera's still going, because I think I had that
Yes.
in space. It still say record?
On top in the middle.
Over there shining bright.
So read on, finish it off.
Not discerning the Lord's body.
Not discerning the Lord's body. So, that's on the service. I was going to do a long service and stuff like that. But I want you to just get the understanding of what we're doing. Alright? Okay, so with that, I'm going to say, I mind your point out with dumb stand and fix the east. That's the food and the drink. Oh, excuse me. Salakia. Get the bitter herbs. That count.
That's right. Let's go to Passover.
That bitter herbs out there.
How you going to do that, Sal?
Make sure that sister Janae don't run on the real. I'm not gonna hold you.
That's a horseradish shot? that's a real deal horseradish?
You ain't messing with me.
Nah, I'm got to, you know, it's part of the religious sacraments.
We just
It's a religion.
It's going down.
Everybody going casket.
Remember, the sisters gotta have a bigger piece. The sisters have a bigger piece.
They want demons, they gotta get over.
Yeah.
y'all got a person that living out the
They
body.
always have to their husband, so get the sisters, right? And make sure I watch it. That man got leeches on him.
He need about 5 of them joints.
Yeah, he got leeches on him.
Go ahead.
Man got leeches.
He said legions. I got legions. Yeah, you got to eat the whole big piece of armor.
All right, brother, sister. Shema. Remember, unleavened bread, lamb, and bitter herbs.
So remember the bit of bondage.
All right? For Egypt and here in America. All right?
Cotton.
So eat this, and I cut it too big.
Nah, cut it just right, huh?
All right?
These pieces just about right.
All right, so that, and make sure your sisters
You trying to escape?
I
sisters don't eat the bitter herbs.
Love too.
But brothers, eat the bitter herbs.
That's what they make wasabi out of.
Yo, my fault. My legs are like,
Everybody, Shema.
That tastes like wasabi.
Shema, Jaya Allah, leave the rib alone.
Nah, I'm trying to make sure that she eat the bitter herb.
Shema. You know, this camp been going up and down. I've been betrayed by a lot of brothers and stuff like that. I got some brothers that stuck around, some left, this, that, and third. But I want to take this time out to acknowledge Shemaiah. And he is given the rank of officer. Alright? He knows his Hebrew. We have enough time to go into the Hebrew for him to do it, but he have done it. So he knows the Hebrew. He's been studying, he's been out there. Alright, so acknowledge Shemaiah, you know.
Yeah, big up, big up.
Alright? So with that, let's get the lamb out here, the rest of the unleavened bread, and
That's right. Can we sit?
Yeah, come, Yeshabu.
You see this young person Israel right now?